Hello Virgo, welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, if you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the reading. This will be a life and love reading. The love reading will be in the second half. I've already shuffled and laid out the cards, so let's see what we've got for you now. Okay, so we have the 11th house, 5th house, and the 2nd house coming up for you. Under the 11th house, I feel that this could be related to friendships that you're having at the moment. It could be a specific friendship who's going to help you or assist you in some way. But it could also be to do with you being part of a greater situation, like a society or an association or an organization to do with social reform or humanitarian issues or whatever it may be, but something like that, which is like a group endeavor where you are part of that, whether you are contributing your time or your energy or your volunteering, whatever it may be. So any one of those could be coming up. It could also be to do with your hopes and dreams and wishes and your hopes for the future and what you are envisioning for yourself at this time. So now we have got Grand Trine and we've got Nementona to do with this house. So I feel that you need to do a bit of soul searching, a bit of reflection at this time. Nementona is saying that you can actually create an altar for yourself, or you can actually go into nature and spend time in nature at this time. It could also be that you need to just have a little bit of time of reflection. You can create your own altar in your home, which would be a sacred space for yourself, whether it's a room or an area or like a mantelpiece above a fireplace, or just, where you've got your crystals or whatever it may be, some area of your home which is special and unique to you, and where you can place your special items like mementos or things that are important and special for you. It's a place where you go to connect with the divine. It could also be that through a friendship you may be visiting a divine place, and this could be like a church or something like that. Perhaps you are getting involved in something, perhaps you're assisting them, or you may get an invite somewhere. It could be that. But I feel that it is also about connecting to your inner self at this time for guidance in this house. We also have Grand Trine blessings coming in. So this could also be to do with this, where you need to go within to actually pull the energies out that are connected to the Grand Trine. Now, the Grand Trine is blessings coming in, but it can be in the form of talents and abilities and aspects of yourself which you haven't really focused on, or which are inherent to you. In other words, you're just naturally good at certain things, and that may not be necessarily your career. It could also be just some other aspect of yourself that you're focusing on at this time, but you need to focus on it. This is something you need to actually create for yourself. You need to actually harness for yourself. It's something coming up, and as I said, I feel it's to do with a group activity or an endeavor of some kind where you are connected to other people. Now, this could be a society or an association, something like that, where you are actually connecting with others, where you are part of a group possibly. It could be social reform or humanitarian, something like that. But you have some natural ability which is applicable to you at this time. Whatever this activity is, or these inherent talents that you have, or it just could be just like an ability or an aspect of your personality which lends itself to certain things. If you can harness that ability or that talent or that skill, it's going to bring blessings in for you. This is also saying that there's going to be some sort of harmony, some sort of energy coming in for you in this house. This could be like almost like a project that you've completed, or you can just be completing something, whether this is a friendship, or you're part of a group or a society, and whatever you've been working on is coming to a close now. But there is harmony there. They're coming in for you. It's like free flow. It can also be that obstacles that you've had in the past or things that you've been grappling with are going to be removed. And you will find that you're going to have a nice flow of energy. But as I said, it could be closure or completion for something, or you could be working towards that with this energy. But it's a very benevolent energy. It's a very calm energy. It's a very it's got a lot of flow, so you can expect good communications and good aspects coming in for you, and just very good energy, free flowing energy coming in. But it could also be bringing blessings with it, associated with these aspects of yourself which you do need to focus on. Now, because it's a natural ability or an affinity, it could be that you haven't really used it fully. And this is saying that it's kind of like you can become complacent under the Grand Trine energy, sort of like, well, I've got this, I can do this, I know I can do it. And it's not really a challenge for you. But what it's saying is that this is a blessing that's been given to you. You have this, and that you need to incorporate it into your life in some way, however it is coming in for you. It could also be, as I said, to do with friendships, building up friendships, or it could be to do with a hobby or an interest that you have and now pushing it forward to the future. But there's going to be some sort of meditation or some sort of connection to the universe at large, or to your inner self or your higher self, to actually bring this power in for you, but also to bring calmness to this house. And maybe that is going to bring this calming energy in for you. We have also got here King of Summer, honorable, devoted, mature, warm-hearted. So this could be somebody in your life at this time. It could be a romantic partner, but it could also be a friend or somebody that you look up to, or somebody in your circle. A romantic partner you can trust, but it's a trusted person. It could be an advisor even. This person's quite emotional, but they have got a very warm heart. Excellent advice that comes from the heart. So somebody could be helping you. It could be a friend at this time. Also getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. So as I said, some sort of activity which may involve others, or it could be to do with your fifth house, which is the house of creativity, something which is going to bring you in contact with others, because there's cultural there as well. So see what is coming up for you in that regard. Bottom of the Fairy Tarot is the Empress. So time to take action, the power of creativity, success that follows for a life of luxury. So there's some sort of talent or an ability or a skill that you have which you can harness at this time, which can help you. And it possibly needs to be shared with others as well. We've got the fifth house coming in here as well. But just to bring in this aspect, we've got Yod Destiny, and we've got Mawu, Mother Earth. So this is saying that you are called upon to help with environmentalism. So this could very well be connected to this 11th house as well. This can be, as I said, a group activity of some sort, or an association, or a charity, or a group of individuals who are concerned about certain things. And so the environmentalism card is coming in for you. So this could be very well connected to your life purpose, your destiny, your fate, and so on. It could also be that you need to ground yourself at this time, and that means spending time in nature, walking in nature, meditating in nature. And this is maybe why you've got the sacred space as well. You could be visiting a power place of the divine, which can be a mountain range, or in nature, or next to the ocean. You've got the ocean coming in here for you as well. So you're very strongly connected to nature, and you need to harness that in some way. It could also be that you are connected to nature in some way, connected to the Empress, because she is very grounded, very connected to the earth. And this is like fertility. This is ideas. This is some kind of idea or action, nature, growth, something new coming in, an idea or something that you can work on to bring in satisfaction and fulfillment for you. Now, with the Yod Destiny card, this is, as I said, a destiny card. It's not an easy card to be having this. This can be applied in a number of ways, but if it's connected to your purpose or to your destiny or to some aspect of your life which you need to now harness and bring in some, skill or ability or talent that you have, or it could be just a path that you need to take at this time, or you are currently on. Now, this path is not an easy path, as I said. It could also be that it's setting you apart from others in some way, because this card can make you feel either like the black sheep of the family, or you are just different from others. You're marching to a different drummer, you're hearing things differently, you're seeing things differently. So you're not going to be part of the cookie cutter mentality. You're going to be an individual. You're going to be on your own path. It's kind of like a sacred path, something very unique and very special to you. It won't be easy. This has got hurdles, it's got things that you've got to overcome. There are frustrations, there are sacrifices with this journey. But if you learn to listen to your inner guidance, which is why you have Nimatona Sacred Space coming to you as well. This is connecting to your inner self, your higher self, to God, to channel this information down, and your steps, the steps that you need to take to get where you need to be. It's about connection to the divine, which you can more than likely do through nature, or it may be through some other practice that you are involved in, whatever is right for you, however you connect to the divine. But you need to listen. This is your inner GPS guiding you now, step by step, exactly how to get where you need to be. So it's a very sacred path, but it is listening to your inner GPS, and then the steps will be revealed. You won't have the full path ahead of you because it would be too overwhelming. So you will get stages, or you'll get steps as you go along. But you have to listen, take a step. Listen, take a step. In some cases, you may be pioneering with this card. So you could be going in a direction which is quite unique, quite different from others. You may be working quietly on your own, or you may be working in secret, or you may be just working apart from others. To take it as it resonates for you. But this is a very specific journey, and it may not feel particularly, like a sacred journey. It's going to have a few hurdles and things, a few frustrations coming up. So it really is about connecting to yourself. You're going to learn to listen to your inner guidance with this card. It's going to build up your inner strength. There is success on the other side of this. Okay, so listen to your guidance every step of the way. Tap in. Take time to tap in, whether it's in nature or creating a private, simple space for yourself where you can connect to the divine in some way, or to the divine within yourself. And this is going to help you to harness this creativity, this beautiful Empress energy. Empress is very, very powerful energy. She is the ultimate divine feminine, but we all have divine feminine and masculine in us. So this is about harnessing this beautiful power, this creative energy, the life force, and birthing, whether it's birthing an idea, whatever it may be, whatever is appropriate for you. So something very unique for you that you're currently on the path for it, but you, as I say, there may be a few sacrifices, there may be things that you have to work on very studiously. This is about determination to reach your goal, but you will have success on the other side of it, and just to stick with it, even though it may feel difficult. And whether this is connected, as I said, to this cause, or this interest that you have, or this group endeavor, or just something that you're working on privately within yourself. It could just be an interest that you have. In some way, shape, or form, it could very well be connected to environmentalism or nature, but it can also be about keeping yourself grounded at this time. Now we have here also the fifth house. We have Virgo, Analyze, and Mary Magdalene. I do think that somewhere along the line you do need to make sure that you have fun as well. This is the house of recreational activities, fun, enjoyment, anything that's pleasurable and brings a lot of joy into your life. Happy, fun activities, outgoing, whether it's social or not, it's up to you. It could be handcrafts. It could be some kind of activity that you just love and enjoy. It could be spending time in nature, whatever is appropriate for you. It can also be about children, whether they're your children, or getting in touch with the child within yourself, or childlike activities. Something to do with that could be coming in, but also it's wrapped up with creativity or artistic activities as well. So getting in touch with your inner child, or getting into the activities which harness those lovely qualities, that lovely joy and innocence in you. Now, it could also be your individuality and your originality within something that you are working on here. So it's about you bringing in your particular stamp, your particular flair to something, putting your stamp on something. It is also saying that there's some sort of risk associated with this house. So you could be needing to take a risk of some sort. And with the Virgo energy, which is your energy, this may be a little bit difficult for you to do because you can't necessarily calculate all the ins and outs to do with the situation. Sometimes you just have to take a risk if you want to go after what it is that you need. So with the analyzing energy, it could be that you are weighing something up. You're looking at all the pros and cons. There could be very detailed work involved in this. You could be writing or using figures. It's a lot of detail, a lot of thought, a lot of analyzing coming into this. But it is also about discernment. So whatever you are going into or whatever you are enjoying, it could be that you are either overthinking or over discerning. Or in other words, you're not having enough fun in your life. And this is why you have the fifth house here. So it could be that you need to bring that element into you, because when you do that, you get out of your own way. Or it could be that in this house, there's something to do with the typical Virgo qualities, which are about detail, sifting and sorting, pros and cons, weighing things up. It is also service to others, and seeing things in a very analytical way, okay? But it is also to do with the love of nature, small creatures, and also the looking after your health. So however this comes in for you, just make sure that you're having fun, because if you are overly stressed with the Virgo card, that can come in. You can be slipping into criticism and worry and nitpicking. That does come in with this. Sometimes you can go too much in that direction, and then you lose the fun and the enjoyment of the principle of what it is that you're doing here, okay? So just be careful with that. Balance is important here. I say with the nitpicking and the criticism because this card is coming in, Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So come out of the criticism or the nitpicking, whether this is of yourself, it could very well be of yourself as well, or whether it's of others. It could be that you're trying to work on a project or you're trying to do something and you're feeling, you're directing that criticism towards yourself. Come out of that and start having more fun, more enjoyment, and connect to your fun principle, and also the inner child. This is important at this time, and just come into the unconditional love for yourself and for others at this time as well, because you may be slipping over into being overly analytical or overthinking things, and you're just simply not having enough fun. It could also be, as I said, with some project that you're working on or something that you're involved in. It could even be a love affair that you are being very discerning, and you may be blocking certain aspects of yourself, or you may be looking at things with a very critical eye and you're missing certain elements of the fun of it. Or it could be that you just need to take a risk at this time. Then we have here finally the second house coming in. This is the house of income. It's also the house of ownership. It's the house of talents and abilities and inherent skills coming in for you, which we've already touched on, coming up with the grand trine and also with the fifth house. All of us are creative, not all of us are artistic, so take it as it resonates. Creativity, we all use it every day of our lives. It can be the way that you speak, the way you work, the way you dress, the way you conduct yourself, the way you deal with children, the way you raise your family, the way you decorate your home, whatever it is. We are all creative. It can be the way you speak, the way you create, use your words, or the way you interact with figures, however it may be. So self-worth comes in with this second house. Self-worth, value systems, everything to do with what you value in your life. It's also the house of ownership, whatever you own, possessions and so on, material things. And it can also be to do obviously with income, and then your talents and skills, which may be connected to that. So now it's saying, I feel that there's a lot of water energy here, and we had Sedna as well that also comes in, and simplicity. So I feel that you may have just be feeling a little bit exhausted around certain aspects of this house. Now it could be that you are nitpicking or being overly critical of yourself at this time, or it could be that you are just feeling under pressure from a monetary point of view, from an income point of view. But it's saying that, or it could be that you are, you've got your skills and your talents, whatever it may be, and you just are feeling a little bit uninspired at this time. All right. And we've got Pisces coming to the rescue when it comes to that. But Sulis is another water card, bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as the lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. So this is a way to rejuvenate your energy, to bring your energy levels back up. You need to spend time near water, whether you're in water or walking near water or spending time near water. or meditating near water, or take a weekend away. In some cases, it can also be moving to a water body. So this can be the lake or the ocean or a river. You may be able to spend summer there and winter somewhere else, or however you want to do it, or just take a weekend away, or some of you may need to relocate at this time. But it's saying that being close to the water, it's an elemental body, it's a spiritual body, you will be able to recharge your batteries at this time. And this is the Pisces card, similar kind of energy coming in, and spend time near water. There's a couple of aspects to do with this. It could be that you are a little bit overwhelmed at this time. As I said, that could be coming in with the second house, either with you just feel a bit depleted in some way in this house. And it's just saying that you perhaps are just a bit overwhelmed and you need to take a break and just get away from things for a while. Or it could be that you are sort of facing a few confusing elements, and this is why, again, you need to spend time away. You need to meditate on certain things. This other person may come in and give you this excellent advice from the heart at this time. It could also be that with the Pisces energy, there's a sort of a self-defeating, self-undoing energy here. So just be careful that you don't exhaust yourself with this energy. Or it could be that you are getting caught up in other people's complexities, or they could be draining you right now. Or it just could be that you are listening to others about aspects of the second house which may not be in your highest or best interest. It can also be that you just have like a self-sabotaging or self-defeating attitude to certain things in the second house. Now, this could be to do with income, as I say, self-worth, value systems, or your possessions. On the brighter side with the Pisces, it could be that you, to get this inspiration to move yourself forward in this house, you can tap into the divine again with this Pisces energy. So this is the divine. This is the divine within you. We all have a spark of divinity. We all have a spark of God within us. So connect to that. This is connecting to that energy. This is imagination. This is inspiration. This is creativity that comes from that. And that is how you will come to find your solutions in the second house. It's channeling this information down. You may be getting this information in dreams. You may be getting this information through a water body, or connecting to God or to the universe in some way through the Pisces energy, which is a very spiritual energy. So a lot of these aspects could be coming in for you, but I do feel that simplicity is important here, especially when we're dealing with the second house. Okay, it could be that things have got a bit overcomplicated, and you're just feeling a bit depleted or stuck, and you need to simplify in some way. You need to water things down. You need to bring things down to just a few elements that you're dealing with. And this is where the Virgo energy is going to come in. It's going to help you do that, to simplify, to quantify, to only bring in what is absolutely necessary and important for you at this point in your life. We've got Sedna here as well, infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So tap into this. Remember, with the second house, it's to do with income, it's to do with self-worth and material things. Don't get caught up in materialism. Keep things simple. All right, keep things simple, because then that is simple ways of doing things, not too complex, not too many things that you're striving to own or accomplish at this time. Just do only what you can manage right now. So infinite supply. This is about giving and receiving. She's saying that this is an infinite and abundant universe. Tapping into that requires you to be in your giving and receiving energy. A lot of us give, and with the Virgo energy, that can sometimes be the case. You give so much energy that you deplete yourself, all right? You have to pull in boundaries, which is why you have the Pisces energy. Pull in boundaries so that you don't get depleted by others or by circumstances or things that are overly complicated, which can come in with the Pisces energy. Tap into your receiving energy. So this is your self-worth, giving to yourself, self-care, loving yourself, loving your energy, loving exactly what it is that you can do at this time, loving your talents and your abilities, no matter what they are, unconditional love. So tap into that, your receiving energy. Know that you are worthy of receiving and that you will receive, and that this is an abundant universe. Settle back into that. Know that things will come to you at the right time when you need it. That is the abundant universe, but you must be in your receiving energy. You must not be feeling guilt or fear or anger about asking for help or receiving from others. You could be receiving from this King of Cups as well, also a water energy. So it could be that you are receiving, but you have blocks to receiving, and so this can be a self-sabotaging or self-defeating behavior. So just bear that in mind. But it's an abundant universe, and she's saying that all your needs will be supplied for. You will have enough to eat, you will have food on your table, you will have what you need. Just don't slip over into over materialism at this time. Okay, Virgo, hope you enjoyed that. Please stay on for the love reading, which will follow after this. Hello, welcome back to your love reading. I've already shuffled and laid out the cards, so let's start. For the current situation between you and your person, your special someone, your significant other, it seems that friendship is going to be your most important sort of foundation at this time. So your friendship must be very strong. You must be really able to communicate about a wide range of things, your hopes, your dreams, the future, what you're doing now, and also, be in touch with what is going on in your world at this time. But you need to be able to communicate about that very clearly and be on a similar sort of a wavelength, or at least be able to communicate about what is unfolding for you. So that's going to be important. But your hopes and your dreams are coming up as well, and also anything futuristic. You may be getting glimpses of the future, or you may be making plans to do with the future. But it's saying that there is some aspect which is asking you to be sort of detached emotionally in some way. So it doesn't mean that you just don't connect at all, but what it means is that you need to apply that to the things that are unfolding around you at this time. Now, this could very well be global, so it's things that are affecting you, the world globally are coming home to you in some way. Just be detached, remove the emotions from the situation so that you can make decisions, so that you can talk about things and move forward as you go along. You're going to make your decisions eventually from your heart, but just to get clear on the principles or the facts and the figures or whatever it may be, some detachment may be required. It could also be that you may be trying to apply reasoning and logic to a situation which is not coming across in that way. In other words, you can use your energies to come up with a path or a plan or a strategy, and to have things laid out, some sort of pathway for yourselves. But ultimately, it's going to come from the heart, which is not necessarily logic based. Okay, so just bear that in mind. You've got the card saying here, new moon in Capricorn, your hard work is paying off. So it's saying that whatever you have been doing or whatever you've been contributing is paying off. But it's saying also that a strategy is required, some sort of plan, some sort of schedule possibly, but also that there is going to be work required in the relationship. You've actually got to work at it. You've got to be able to communicate. You've got to do all those things in order to get you to the result that you want. But you are going in the right direction. You are going to get there, and success is coming in for you. This is a new moon energy, so it's saying that we're working up to the full moon, which is basically the result coming in for you. But the reason why I said that you can have a plan, have a schedule, work towards it, and step back with the Aquarian energy, step back from that so that you can have some sort of oversight, like see the wood for the trees with the Aquarian knowledge. This is advanced knowledge. This is to do with, getting glimpses of the future. But you've got Butterfly Maiden here, and this is about transformation. So it's saying you're experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So it's saying that there are going to be situations occurring around you which you cannot control. And that even though you may be, have your plans and be working steadily towards what you're doing, that's fine. But just be aware that anything that comes into your environment which is requiring transformation, was bringing changes in for you, not to fear those changes, because they're necessary and very important. And you're going to be very happy on the other side of it. You're just going through the motions right now. You're going through the transformative stage. And this is from, through the chrysalis to the butterfly. but most important, don't allow your fears or fear of change to hold you back in some way. The Aquarian knowledge, the Aquarian side is also very futuristic, very technological oriented, so bring that in. It may resonate for you in some way, shape or form, but certainly the friendship and the bond between you must be there. That's important, because that's going to be the glue that's going to hold everything together, and to help you through these transformational changes, and also to give you a framework for your the work that you're going to be putting in. Now for you, we've got Uranus and Ishel. So Uranus is actually the ruler of Aquarius. So it could very well be that you are more detached at this time than your person. But that's necessary and important, because it is about change. So you may be bringing change in, or you may be dealing with change, or you are receiving insights or information, or it could very well be healing abilities at this time coming in, or you are channeling your healing abilities into the work that you are doing, whatever it is that you are doing, or you are channeling the healing into your relationship. But Uranus is all about that. Uranus is the god of change. So this is about handling change, but it's also about tapping into the inner genius. So this can be your particular your particular brand of your originality and your individuality. So this is about tapping into that. And it's also about insights, perception, consciousness. You could be undergoing some sort of leap of consciousness, or you are finding that certain aspects of yourself are now coming online, which came up in your life reading as well. So this could be aspects of yourself which are coming in, are opening up for you. And this is what the leap of consciousness can be. The Uranus can be about that, a leap of consciousness, or some kind of opening up where you are receiving downloads or uploads, or divine information, which again came up in your life reading as well. Now with Ishel, medicine woman, you are a channel for divine healing power. This can be interpreted in a number of ways. You could be channeling the healing power into your relationship for your person, or you could be channeling it into the work that you do, or your interests, or whatever it may be. Or it could be that you want to start your own practice. It could also be that you are receiving healing yourself from past issues that are attached to this relationship or any other relationship. You could be have been together for some time, or only just starting on your relationship. Whatever it is, just apply it to your situation. But healing is coming in, whether it's for you to use as an aspect, or whether to use in your relationship, or to use for yourself. But healing is coming in, and it's saying that you are a conduit for that. So find a vehicle for it, whatever that may be. It could be a creative activity. It could be something that you specifically do, which is, brings in the healing energy for others in some way. Whatever it is, it's like a lightning rod that you are connecting to. So whatever is your vehicle, as I said, it could be something physically that you're doing. It could also be that you're channeling this. If you've got children, if you and your partner have children, you could be channeling this healing energy down into your family. There's many, many different ways that this energy can be coming down. In some cases, it's not necessarily going to be tangible. So this could be, as I said, in something that you do, or you create, or you say, or you write. Whatever it may be, this energy is coming in for you. But it is saying that this change, these transformational changes which are coming in for the relationship in general, Butterfly Maiden brings that in. You're going to be pioneering in that. It could also be saying that in some ways you are unconventional, or you have unconventional views, or you are doing something which is different from others in some way. So that's just a side note that could be coming in for you. But it's saying that change is here, but it's also, I feel it's connected to consciousness. I feel it's connected to your perception, or your ability to perceive and to receive information, or some sort of opening up, which is going to assist you in some way in your relationship. Now for your person, they've got Abundantia and Cancer. So I feel that your person is seeing some sort of opportunity currently in the situation, but they need to be open to prosperity, or to abundance. Abundantia brings that in. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So they may have a little bit of a block to receiving. So this could be a generational, parental, or past life block to receiving. This can be, as I said in the life reading, this can be a self-undoing or a self-sabotaging type of behavior. So just be clear it away. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Now, the abundance can be in a number of different ways. This can be, as I said, prosperity, which can be monetary, but it can also be in the form of ideas, love, receiving love from your person, or receiving something from your person. It could be that you want, this person is giving you healing in some way. Which can come in the form of support or whatever the situation is, but be open to receiving. So balance the giving and the receiving. Open up to receiving. Don't be ashamed. Let go of guilt, shame, or any kind of block associated with receiving or receiving help or advice or healing or whatever this, or love, whatever the situation is. But it could also be that something is coming in for them associated with the changes that are occurring in the relationship, or it could be externally coming in and it's affecting the relationship at this time. But there is some sort of transformational energy coming in, which is going to bring in the blessings. But you've just got a little bit of a way to go, and that certainly being in the receiving energy is going to be important. Cancer is again all about the feelings. So this person is more in their feelings than you are. The Uranus energy can sometimes make you a little bit detached, but the Cancerian energy is very much about feelings. This is about habits, moods, and being in touch with your moods and going with that. But this Cancerian energy is also very resilient. These people can be very resilient, or this person could be really standing up under whatever stresses and strains may be occurring at this time. But they will need to periodically withdraw to shore up their energy, to build up their energy so that they can tackle whatever is coming at them. They do need to spend time on their own, quietly, withdrawn, doing certain things, and that helps to keep the balance with the Cancer energy, to keep the balance. But very much in their feels. They could be a little bit nostalgic at this time, or sentimental, and obviously that may be to do with you and the relationship as well. So they may be looking back a little bit, but certainly it's a very nurturing energy, the Cancerian energy, very nurturing, very loving, very family oriented. And some aspects connected to that, but it could also be to do with self-care, that possibly they need to be more in line with that self-care, nurturing of the self. This also came up in the life reading. And there's some sort of gentleness coming in here as well, which could be them applying that, or for your joint situation here, just saying that approach things from this angle, which is why you had the unconditional love in your life reading as well. So there's some aspect coming in. Be gentle with yourself for your person, and be gentle in handling things at this time. And just be aware that they are more in touch with their feelings than you are at this time. So there's some kind of, this is why the friendship is so important between you. Now, just remember to bring in a bit of sense of humor about things as well. Whatever is occurring at this time, humor is going to be very important. Also, there's going to be, to do with this current situation that is unfolding at this time, there's some sort of transformation which is occurring within the relationship right now. But it's saying that there's a lot of communication which is required. You've got it mentioned twice, Mercury here, and communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So talking about things, talking through things, the friendship is going to be very important. This comes in with Mercury again, very important to have that friendship base. And to be able to discuss, to be able to research, to be able to talk things through, to get balance, to exchange ideas, to have a plan, which is what the new moon in the Capricorn energy is about, that strategy, planning, determination, having some kind of path, being fairly ambitious as well. So this could be something that you're facing right now, or some plan that you have and you're working steadily towards that. Don't forget to, so bring the humor in. But this is also about lightness, lots of mental activity. In some cases, it can be overthinking, which again came up in your life reading. So don't overthink things, all right? Keep things simple. And be gentle in your reproach. And with the Mercury energy, you've got to walk your talk. So either one of you may have to do that as well. But it could also be, as I said, something to do with research, the internet, communication devices, all of those, or just, some sort of some sort of aspect which you are researching or which you are looking at together that involves that. It could also be a short journey coming in, or some sort of trip, but it could also be to do with vehicles. Maybe something's coming in to do with that. But I feel that maybe a little trip away would be helpful at this time if you can do that. And then obviously the communication is key. New Moon in Gemini, that's all about communication. There really is that is the main thing. It's about being honest and being communicative, but without being two-faced or being duality in nature. In other words, saying one thing and doing another. You've got to be on the same page here, and you've got to be able to talk this through and have a plan that you are both doing the same thing. And even if you've got children, it's the same thing. You must have the same rules and the same ideas about things, about parenting, so that the children know what the rules are. If you've got differing applications to that, it can create chaos. So make sure that you're on the same page and that you are communicating very effectively about everything. Now, just a side note here, we've got Pele, Divine Passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So this may obviously something to do with the relationship. Perhaps there is something within the relationship which needs to be released at this time. It could be personally, or it could be to do with the actual relationship. Perhaps you are endeavoring to do something together at this time, but something is holding you back because it's not truly aligned with who you are. All right. Or it could be personally for either one of you. One or either of you perhaps needs to tap into this. To be honest with yourself, what is your heart's true desire? So this could be professionally, or it could be, as I said, perhaps to do with the actual relationship. Perhaps this one is being more applying more rational reasoning and so on, and this one is more feeling in nature. So it's a case of, well, what is the actual true point of this? This one is more passionate than this one. What is the actual root of the relationship? What is the most important aspect of your relationship? And what is the path that you have lined up for yourselves? But I do feel it could also be, in a way, professionally. It's about being honest with what it is you want to do with your life, because there are changes, there's transformation going on here, and this involves the future. So whatever it may be, something needs to be released, some sort of inner desire or inner passion, or it could even be a talent or an ability. Something needs to be ignited here to lead the way. And once this is released, then everything will fall into place. But there's something there that needs to be aired, needs to be expressed, or needs to be followed. And this will then create a pathway for the two of you. Okay, Virgo, hope you enjoyed that. Please take care and have a wonderful time, and I will see you next time.